Hi, my name is Julianne Shannon, and I'm here with the Miracle Ball training or video for my certification. This is my friend Shania Poor, who is here today. So, Shania, we're just going to start with a little bit of a body scan and some breath work. So you can close your eyes, you can kind of just get settled and take some nice long deep breaths. And we'll do a little bit of the S breath, which is on the exhale. So you inhale, and kind of like you're blowing out candles, just a sound. It's good to see that you're really taking time to fully expand and fully exhale. Sometimes we don't completely exhale, so another way, if you don't like the S breath, some people like it. It's a great way to really elongate the exhale, but you can also do a sound as you exhale. We really want the breath to get into our bodies in a deep manner instead of holding our breath, which we tend to shallow breathe a lot during the day. We get stressed out about something and then we hold in that tension in that breath. So we're really trying to just focus on the breath to elongate the exhale, to fully use the whole capacity of our breath. So but also we don't want to overthink it, or else that's all we're thinking about too. So take a few more breaths, and then we're going to do a little bit of a body scan. Nice. And can you give me a little bit of description of how your body feels on the floor?
I feel like I'm pretty flat, head, shoulders, abdomen, hips, legs. There's a little bit of pain on that left side, left middle buttock down.
Can you explain or describe how that pain is?
It's just like a pinch. Pulling, so the sciatic nerve, just down that left side.
Do you feel like when you feel your body, your body on the floor, do you feel like does it feel even, or does?
I feel like I am. I feel like I'm flat and just I feel like I'm just flat and balanced on the floor. I don't feel any side is higher than the other.
So as you scan down, do you feel differences in shoulders, hips, knees, just how you're lying on the floor, how the weight is being relaxed into the floor?
The more I relax into the floor, the more I feel that pain in my right in the middle of my left buttock. So I'm putting weight down on it, I suppose.
So as you kind of let go into it, you feel it more.
I'm feeling it more.
So your mind is kind of connecting to it more. Well, we're hopefully going to get a little bit of release in your low back, which can kind of aggravate that, and we're going to do a little bit of work behind the knees for some sciatic relief. So That's our hope. But I'm going to have you take a ball in each hand, and you want to move the ball, not the body. So instead of trying to lift all the way up, before in this position, it might be helpful to actually bring bend your knees and bring your feet up towards your butt. Yeah, there you go, nice, relaxed. And then just lift and slowly, barely lift, but also turn to the side. Almost like you're getting out of bed and you're rolling to the side. Yeah, just kind of scoot that ball into there. Let's put it in the middle where our it's called your sit bones, kind of the middle of the pelvis area. Fleshy part of your butt where you sit on.
Okay.
And then slowly kind of maneuver. And you can do small adjustments, that's okay. You just don't want to slowly engage every muscle while you move the body. You want to give yourself a chance to kind of sink down into the ball,
Okay.
and so
Okay.
you can do the S breath or the breath or just a slow, deep, but make sure that exhale is nice and long and slow.
Oh, my back just popped. The left side just popped on my back. But it's good. It needed to. It was tight. Okay.
All right, so just take, again, a few of those deep breaths and just let the balls accept the weight of your body. Sometimes it's hard to let go. Our body sometimes tenses up when we initially.
Keep my knees up.
Yeah, for now, yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do a few more breaths in this position and then we'll do some lifting of the knees towards the chest. And just watch other areas like your shoulder and just be cognizant. Sometimes we hold tension in other areas too. Nice. Now I'm going to have you lift both knees. You can kind of do it one at a time. And the other one comes to meet. And you want to stay about tabletop here and just take a breath. And again, try to let the weight sink into the ball. Sometimes it can feel a little odd at first. And you feel like the balls are squarely underneath you.
I think so, yeah.
Nice, and then we're going to slowly bring the legs back down. Nice, and you're going to slowly take each ball away. Again, just slightly tilting, releasing the ball, and going back down on the floor. So I want you to breathe and just feel maybe, and sometimes it's hard to describe, but just if there's a difference than when you were on the floor before. If you feel any change or notice any differences in how your back and low back feels on the floor.
Well, there's less pain because my back popped, so that helped.
Yeah. And you felt that on your left side?
Yeah, I was on that left side.
And I heard it a little bit, but it didn't seem like so it's just a little bit of adjustment, I guess, with the ball.
Yeah.
So let's take, without the ball for a moment, take one knee to the chest, just hug it in, and you can hug it in a little bit more. And you can bring both. Yeah, you can bring both arms. Yeah, just take a deep breath there. I know it's a little hard because the belly's compressed. And go ahead and place that leg back down. We can take a little more time, but I also want to get to that other exercise. So go ahead and the other leg up, same position, gently hug it into the chest. Being careful not to compress the knee. One more breath there. Gently place that leg back down. And you're going to take each ball in each hand again, and gently roll over to place them again. I think for this one we'll put them right there in the center again, where the sit bone is. Mm-hmm. Just let the ball accept the weight.
Popped again. That's so funny.
And then just take a breath. And with this one, we're going to bring the knees up again, and you can use your hands as a little bit of a guide to support if it feels a little uneasy. Mm-hmm. But we're going to open up the legs a little bit and then bring them back in.
Okay.
So first, Yeah,
Let me get settled.
sometimes it takes a little while to get settled. You feel settled?
Yes, yeah, I am.
Okay, take another breath. And lift both knees to the chest. Kind of stagger them if that's more comfortable. And a little bit here. And you can use your hands if you'd like, but you're just going to slowly open them up each breath. Again, once they're in somewhat of an open, a little bit farther open than your shoulders, but not much more than that. In this position, try to sink your weight into the ball. Let the balls accept the weight. You slowly want to kind of like just releasing that and like opening up the legs so that you don't feel like you're, it's not an exercise in the sense of in and out, it's a mind-body, it's an experience of connecting, but also tension release takes a little bit different. It's counterintuitive to exercise, so you don't want to be holding it anywhere. So you really just want to like sink into the balls. There you go. Yeah, and your legs may change position a little bit. That's fine. And then you can slowly bring them down, but keep them open. And you can bring them back together. And then we can do a final where we take both knees to one side. Again, they don't have to go all the way over. And take a deep breath there. And slowly come back to the center. And go towards the other side. And you, in a class or in even a one-on-one, you might take a little more time in each of these positions. And then breathe to transition back. Back to the center. And we're going to have you slowly extend your legs out, one at a time. And do you feel like they're in okay place after that transition? And feel free to open or turn the toes away a little bit from the center of the body, so rotating the hips out and then rotating the hips in, so you can kind of see how that changes.
Yeah, I do feel that.
And again, it's just that continual letting the balls accept the weight of your body. We'll do one more breath here, and then we'll come off the balls, and we'll do our final ball behind the knees. So, generally speaking, when you're in a position, you want to be in there for about 2 to 3 minutes. Some people stay on longer, some people a little shorter, but it's not, you want to do kind of what works for you, and one of the good things to think about too is quality versus do a few of these really well versus trying to fit in like 5 or 10 to 20 different exercises and not do them, not really completely releasing and relaxing. So, or releasing that tension. Bring your knees up again in that original position we were in. Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna, again, lift, just gently roll to one side, take one ball away. See how we feel, how the body feels, and then let your legs extend in that original position and see if you feel change in how the body is on the floor. I know you said your back get a little bit of a.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Do you feel that left side has changed a little bit?
Yeah, I mean the pain's gone. So I was trying to relax down into the balls as much as possible, and like when I feel myself on the intake of breath, I tend to want to bring my shoulders up and tighten up. So when I'm pushing out, I'm trying to relax down more. So, I like that. That's good.
Sinking in. That's good feedback. Do you You still feeling that pulling and pinching sensation?
No.
That's great. So bring your, we're gonna do one more placement, and this hones in on, can help with sciatica. So you're gonna bend your knees again and bring your feet towards your butt. And, trying to see if you can reach to put it under. You might have to sit up for this one to adequately. You could roll over, but you're gonna wanna place it right underneath your knee, like that.
Both knees or just one?
Yeah, but I would do them both at the same time.
Okay.
And then I think it's a little bit hard to like do it from here.
Yeah.
So
My arms
yeah.
aren't that long.
And then just take you kind of want to get them right behind where the knee bends. Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so my legs will be down while I lay down.
Yes. Yeah, and then you want to take your time to come down. Kind of using a little bit
Because
of
I'm rolling back, so.
core work there. Yeah. And so does that feel like it's right there behind the knee joint?
Yeah, the left one moved a little bit.
I'm going to readjust it. That's a nice thing.
Yeah. It's good to have two people.
So again, we'll do engage the S breath, so we're not holding in that tension, and then you're letting the weight of your body sink into the ball. And there might be a little bit of rotation. You can, and actually you're not doing a lot of that, so I think we've got them placed pretty nice. And it's just the same kind of sequence we did again. So you're gonna inhale nice and deep. Exhale nice and long. And you can do the S breath if you like it. You can try the other breath.
I think I like the S breath.
Yeah, it really forces the exhale to be longer than the inhale.
When I'm doing the ha, for me, it's like my breath has gone a lot quicker.
It's too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's there's a lot of things associated with like not that we're all hyperventilating all the time, but we're always inhaling more and we're not getting rid of the carbon dioxide. So, and that could be associated with some other issues. And again, this would be about 2 to 3 minutes. And with placement of the balls, you never want to have pain. You might have a little bit of just kind of a different type of feeling, but you don't want to ever have sharp pain or anything like that. So in that situation, you could decrease the inflation of the ball or just place it in a different place. While those feel okay where they're at?
I do.
Okay. So one more breath and then we'll gently remove the balls and replace our legs back down again. And you can slowly bend your knees to kind of relieve the weight on the ball, and I'll just take them for you.
It's cool to like relax down into that.
And then now let your legs go long. I just want you to see if you feel a change in not only the pelvis, but in this, just the entire leg.
It just feels like every part of my leg's connecting down to the floor. It's like it's this flat surface.
So it feels more like the weight of your body is connecting to the floor.
Yeah, I'm down into the floor more after having like the weight of my legs down into the ball, but yet the ball kept me up off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now the ball's removed and it's like my legs are all the way down.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Hi, this is Julie Shannon. I am here with Christina O'Neill, and we are going to do, this is for my Miracle Ball training certification video. I think that's right. So Christina, we're going to just start with some breath work and a little bit of a body scan before we get to the point where we use the ball. So you can just get in a comfortable position and just kind of give me some feedback as to how your body feels on the floor. And we can start at the top of the head.
Okay. It feels pretty good. I definitely feel some tension up here in my neck, shoulders, kind of upper back as well, not the lower back. The lower half feels pretty comfortable though. No tension, just feeling, the ground beneath my calves, my glutes, and my shoulders. Definitely feel like a little arching in my back, and a little arching just right behind my knees as well.
Do you feel any sort of differences between each side or one shoulder or one side? Does the weight feel even as you?
It feels relatively even. I can feel the left side has a little more tightness.
Okay. We're going to transition now into some of the breath, and so one of the things to notice is the awareness of after we do some of these exercises, kind of trying to describe being aware of how it feels different afterwards. It may not feel that much different, and in the beginning, when you're kind of beginning to do this, the more you go on and off the ball in the beginning sometimes helps with that kind of increasing the awareness. But again, just be patient with yourself with some of that, because it's just a constant continual connection of being aware of how the body's feeling. So to help, which one of the ways to do the breath when the ball is when the head and neck are working on the ball, is to do a open mouth breathing. So you take your hand here, and just like if you were going to try to fog up a window, you're going to breathe with an open mouth. So you inhale, and then it's mostly on the exhale, but you could also inhale with your mouth open, but you're going to nice and slow, and you actually feel the warmth of your breath on your hand. Just do that a few more times. And you can lower your hand, and we'll do a little bit of S breath too. But when we do that, I'm gonna have you do some of the open, so that your jaw can relax as well when you're in that position with the ball with your head and neck on the ball. But let's try the S breath. So that's making like a S sound as you exhale. So you inhale, and then as you exhale, and slowly blowing out candles. And just taking note is when you breathe, if your rib cage is filling up, not just in front, but the sides and the back, and also eventually too getting deep into the belly if you can. Good. Do you feel any different in terms of just slowing down the breath and letting the breath get to other parts of your body? And
Yeah, that definitely felt like I could take in and release more air, so a little bit longer with my breath. Yeah, definitely. And as well, when I first started breathing, I could still feel tension in my shoulders and right through my lower back, and I was able to release more tension with that S breath.
Okay, good. And finding ways to describe that tension is sometimes that takes time too. Sometimes it's burning, sometimes it's a tightness, sometimes it's a pulling. So kind of eventually kind of describing those words is helpful. But I have a hard time doing that sometimes myself. But you're going to take the ball and place it just gently. You're going to always support your head when you lift it to place the ball. So yeah, so using the other hand and gently placing the ball right there at the base of your neck where there's a little groove. And you can take some time to kind of get that settled. I think, yeah, there you go. And then letting your head, just letting the ball accept the weight of your head and your neck and primarily your head and your neck. But you might feel a little bit of release in your shoulders and your chest. And you can go ahead and do a couple of breaths with the open mouth breathing. Letting the jaw tense. The main thing you don't want to do is like overly tuck your chin. And if you like the S breath, you can engage the S breath or sound, which is basically what we were doing. Sometimes people like that more than the S breath. Now, before we start any movements with the head on the ball, I have to say you have to go really slow, way slower than you thought possible. Slow, but that's very important because that way you can fully let the ball accept your weight as you move your head, and you're gonna take your arms out gently to the sides, kind of opening, so you're releasing through the chest, so let the shoulders relax, and we'll go towards that's it, your left. We'll go towards your left shoulder. So letting the ball remain there, letting the body, the head, and the neck relax into the ball, and then you're going to slowly move and continue to breathe. So do some of that open mouth breathing or S breath as you go. Slow it down just a little bit more. Well, you might normally do like a 4 count. You want to do like an 8 to 10 count. And just breathe there, and you don't force it, but just let the weight of the head sink into the ball. And then you'll start your journey back. Again, very, very slowly. And taking maybe another breath as you come all the way back center. Try to keep that same pace. I just noticed you went a little bit fast at the beginning, but you did that back part very slow and nice. So continue to go now towards your right shoulder. Continue to let the weight of the head and the neck just sink into that ball, and then slowly continue on to this side, to this shoulder. And if you feel like you're kind of at a point you can't, you don't want to have any increased tension, you just want to kind of explore the full range of motion. Take a breath there, and then slowly start your journey back. We'll do one more breath here, and then we'll slowly take the ball away. Just make sure to support your head with one hand while you take the ball away with the other. And then let the head gently go back down to the ground. And just, do you feel from back when you first were lying flat, are there any changes, or do you feel anything different?
Yeah, almost like a tingling, relaxing, going through my neck to my upper back. Even even in my face, I can feel more relaxation.
That's good. And I noticed you did really slow on this. That was like around it.
Right.
Yeah. You're like overcorrection, but no, it was great because I think that allowed you to completely give away into the ball, which is kind of hard at first. You felt like it was placed in a good position.
Right.
Well, we'll go back one more time and just do a little bit of rotation forward and back, and just be careful that you don't kind of go too far with the neck looking up, but there's some movements where you can just go forward and up and back. We'll do that, and then we'll sit up and do one more kind of neck release. But yeah, support the head, the ball back there, take a breath in that position with the weight of the body, go into the ball. And now I am going to ask you just to gently, as you breathe, the open mouth, you're going to take that chin towards your chest. And you feel like you gotta readjust it a little bit.
Yeah. Just
You don't want
a little higher.
to, okay, and you don't want to overly tuck it either, but just a slight tuck. And then again, this is all very slowly, and then a slight motion upward, but not completely going back over the whole ball.
Back and forth.
Yeah, well, again, really slow. We'll do it with another sequence of breaths. So take a nice inhale. Do that open mouth breathing. That just really helps to relax the jaw too. And then slowly tuck forward. And then gently go back. Just relax your shoulder a little bit. And maybe one more breath in this position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then slowly take a hand to support the head and take the ball away. And then gently let your head go back down. And just do one more S breath here. Wonderful. Let's roll onto your side and bend your knees towards your bottom, and then roll over on the side. So we're going to come up to slowly come up to a seated position. And do a little bit, one more kind of neck and shoulder and chest release. You're going to inhale, take the arms up over the head, slowly bring them behind in that support, and let the weight of your head go into your hands. Breathing here. And then coming back center and lifting up and down. And just do that sequence one more time. Hands down. Tilting up. Opening up the elbows a little bit to open up that chest. Nice inhale. And exhale. And then come back. The arms up and down. And then just to finish off, we're going to do a little bit of tapping. I'm going to tap, opposite shoulder. And you can even let your head go slightly down. Just kind of tap. This helps increase circulation. Helps stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. I'm mumbling. And release. Shake out your hand too, and then do the other side. This is one of those great exercises you can do before or after class. You can do it actually any time in the day that you're feeling extra tension. Have a tapping. If you feel any difference from that sensation, probably should have asked you to see how you felt beforehand, but
Just a little bit more relaxed.
yay! I don't know if that was